basic steps followed by lumberjack. So now we already studied the steps that was being followed by the lumberjacks. Now we will study them in details. So these are the basic steps you will study in details that is followed by the lumberjacks. Each lumber camp has groups of workers who are specialized in each of the operations of logging. We already studied here that logging or lumbering activity involves various skills, various activities like chopping, limbing, skidding, hauling. So every worker is engaged in some or the other activity. So and they are specialized in their activity. They are specialized in their operations of logging. They work hard all day in extreme weather and life-threatening conditions. Extreme weather because it is too cold, and that is why they work in this kind of extreme weather and under life-threatening conditions. The harshness of the occupation makes the lumberjacks legendary. So because of this harshness of their occupation is so life-threatening. So that is why these lumberjacks are regarded as legends. Many folk tales and songs are inspired by them and their lives. So they serve a kind of inspiration for other people, and that is why many folk tales and songs are inspired from their lives, and they are dedicated. Many folk tales and songs are dedicated to their lives, dedicated to the lives of lumberjacks. The lumberjacks have a strong ability to endure hardship. Endure means tolerate hardship, because they work in such extreme climatic conditions, they work under such life-threatening conditions. That is why they have this strong ability to tolerate hardships. They are strong men with a keen eye and daring temperament. They are very strong men, strong-hearted men with a keen eye, because by seeing the tree they can say which tree has to be cut, which not. And daring temperament, because working in such life-threatening conditions, working in such extreme climate requires a daring temperament. So they are strong men with a keen eye and a daring temperament. The main work of the lumberjacks is logging. This involves the following steps. So these are the steps: cutting and felling the trees, cutting the main trunk into logs, hauling means transporting the logs to the banking grounds, and transporting the logs to the sawmills or pulp mills. Now all these steps we will study in details here. First is felling of the trees. The leader of each group of lumberjacks called the head feller. We already studied this. The leader of each group of lumberjacks, they are called the head feller, whose function is to select the trees to be cut. So he selects the trees to be cut in a well-planned manner. So he selects which tree has to be cut in a well-planned manner. This selection is made keeping in mind the maintenance of the forest as an ongoing resource. So why he has to select the trees in a well-planned manner? Because forests are the wealth of Canada. Forests are the natural resource of Canada, and this head feller has to select the trees keeping in mind that the forests has to be used as an ongoing resource. It is not like that they will just cut the trees for once only, for one time purpose. It has to be carried on for as an ongoing resource. So the head feller has to select the tree in such a manner that they can use the forests as an ongoing resource. The high rigger climbs the tree up to about 10 to 15 meters, cutting off the branches using an axe and a saw. So these high riggers, they climb up the tree to almost 10 to 15 meters high, and with axe and saw they cut off the branches. He wears spiked shoes and has a safety belt tying him to the tree. So this high rigger, when he climbs the tree, he wears these spiked shoes, means the shoes that has like this thorn under their shoes, so that they can have a good grip on the branches, and has a safety belt tying him because he climbs so high. So that is why the safety belt is tied. As he reaches the top of the tree, he cuts off the top of the tree. So after reaching the top, he cuts off the top of the tree first. After the tree is steady as it swings because of looping, when the high rigger cuts off the top of the tree. So after the tree is steady, because it keeps on swinging, the tree keeps on swinging because of this wind, and because the high rigger climbs off the tree. So this tree keeps on swinging. So the high rigger waits till the tree is steady. He attaches cables and pulleys to the tree to control the direction in which the tree would fall. After the tree becomes steady, this high rigger, he attaches cables and pulleys. Cables are very thick wires and pulleys to the tree, so that they can control the direction in which the tree will fall, so that it does not fall on anybody and cause any kind of accident. They can control the direction of this fall. The tree is now cut using power chain saws, means not manual saws, but power chain saws are used for cutting down this tree. Mechanical fellers consisting of large steel blades mounted on a vehicle are now being widely used. So this is today this kind of equipments are used, that is mechanical fellers consisting of a large steel blades mounted on a vehicle. On a vehicle, large steel blades are fit and then they are used for cutting down the trees. This is used nowadays. They cut the tree at the stump just like a pair of scissors cuts the paper. So how they cut the trees? It simply looks like a pair of scissors cutting the paper. Then the second step is cutting the main trunk into logs. The main trunk of the tree is cut into logs and the branches are removed by the category of lumberjacks called the sawyers. Now comes here these sawyers, and their function is to cut the branches from this log. And these people, they are called sawyers or the buckers. The people who cut the branches from the logs, they are called sawyers or the buckers. This process is known as limbing. So this chopping of the branches, this process is called limbing. The branches are removed using power saws. So again here manual saws are not used, power saws are used for chopping of the branches. The main trunk is then sawed or bucked into logs of required lengths. Then after these branches are chopped off, the main trunk is then sawed, means it is cut into logs of required lengths. If the logs are to be sent to the sawmills, then their length is kept about 5 meters, whereas 1 meter long logs are required in the pulp industry. So how these logs are chopped according to the length that is required in particular industry. Like in sawmill, they require 5 meters in length. So for sawmill industry, they cut these logs for about 5 meters. And in pulp industry, 1 meter log is required, and so that is why if they are chopping the log for pulp industry, they cut it till 1 meter of length. So according to the industry, they maintain the length. Then next step is skidding. The skidders are the men or lumberjacks who drag the logs from the forest to concentration points. Concentration points are the places where these logs are piled up, known as landings or banking grounds. These may be near the roads. So these concentration points may be near the roads, railways or river banks. Means this piling up of the logs, this piling up may be done near the roads, railways or the river banks. Today animal skidding has been replaced by vehicles. Previously animal skidding was used, means those logs were dragged by animals, but now this animal skidding has been replaced by vehicles. The different types of skidders are used depending on the conditions. So these are the different types of skidders and they are used according to some particular conditions. First is cable skidders. These cable skidders pull logs behind them. These cable skidders, they tie the log at one end and they pull them behind. From behind they pull the log. Steel ropes are bound around each log to make the pull possible. So these cable skidders, they use steel ropes, they tie around each log and then they pull the log. This pulling, these steel cables make the pulling possible. So that was the cable skidders. Now we will study grapple skidders. These skidders scoop up a bunch of logs with the help of hydraulic arms that are mounted on their backs. So these grapple skidders, they scoop, it is some kind of like this, the structure is like this. So from here they scoop of the bunch of the logs with the help of hydraulic arms that are mounted on their backs. So these are hydraulic arms, it is mounted on the back of the vehicle, and from there they scoop up the bunch of the logs and they drag it. Then forwarders, these skidders are used in muddy conditions. If the ground is muddy, then forwarders are used. These are truck-like vehicles that carry logs without dragging them. So in cable skidders and grapple skidders, the logs were carried by dragging. But in forwarders, the logs are not dragged. They are put on this truck-like vehicle and then they are carried, because that is why these are used. These forwarders are used on muddy in places having muddy conditions. Then steel cables. Logs are carried aloft by steel cables where the terrain is tough. Terrain means the land is tough. It is very much difficult to transport. Where on the land it is very difficult to transport, their steel cables are used. These cables are strung across canyons and valleys. Canyons and valleys already we have studied. It is these are caused because of the erosional action of the rivers. So the places which have canyons and valleys, there the logs are carried by this kind of steel cables. Next step is hauling. The trees are cut in the winter season when the ground is covered with snow and the rivers are frozen. So hauling, we already studied that hauling means transportation. So in winter season when the ground is covered with snow and the rivers are frozen, rivers are very useful in the transportation of the logs. Logs are piled on the banks of the rivers. So on the banks of the rivers, these logs are piled. In the spring season, when the river water thaws means the river water in winter it is frozen, and in the spring season when it again gets converted to water, the haulers push the logs in the river. So what the haulers do, they push the logs into the rivers, because during winters the rivers are frozen, but in the spring when it again gets converted to water, the haulers, they push the logs into the river. Hence the logs are floated downstream. So what happens then, these logs, they float downstream, they go on floating downstream. The haulers then follow the logs to prevent log jams in the river. So these logs, they go on floating, and on those logs, these haulers, they jump from one log to another on the river, so that this log does not get congested or does not get jammed over there in the river. Because if the logs will jam, then all the logs will get blocked. So these haulers, they go on jumping from one log to another to prevent these log jams. Despite taking preventive measures, sometimes logs do pile up and thus blocking the river. So despite of this preventive measure that we already studied, that the haulers, they jump from one log to another to prevent this kind of log jam, still sometimes what happens, blocking takes place. At this point, the haulers walk across the logs that are floating on the river. On them the haulers walk or jump from one log to another, and with extreme deftness and experience free them with long poles. So with long poles, they free those logs, the blocked logs, they free those blocked logs with long poles. This is a very dangerous job and requires ultimate alertness and quickness. Why it is a dangerous job? Because the logs are floating on the river and they have to jump on the logs from one log to another. If their legs slips, then they may fall down into the river. So that is why this is a very dangerous job and it requires ultimate alertness and quickness. Science and technology has greatly reduced the manual labor. So nowadays in lumbering, manual labor has been greatly reduced because of all kinds of science and technology. Many machines are developed. Different types of power-driven chains, saws, tanks, log loaders, lifting trailers, tractors, etc. are now used for cutting and sawing of the trees. So now for all the steps involved in lumbering, all these machines are used, all these power driven machines are used. Transportation and unloading of logs. This has reduced the harshness of the occupation. So previously lumbering was very harsh, but now because of all these machines, all these power driven machines, the harshness of the occupation has reduced a little bit. So now discuss the following. The leader of each group of lumberjacks is called head feller. The high rigger climbs the tree and cuts off the branches of the selected tree. Cables and pulleys are attached to the tree to control the direction in which the tree falls. Answer is control the direction. The branches are removed and the trunk is cut into logs by power saws.